Hello and welcome everyone to this tutorial on using Google Forms to create your tests. As always, this is Aaron, and so basically what I'm going to show you today is how to create a Google form for your tests instead of using programs like ExamView or even Microsoft Word, Microsoft Office. It just makes your life a lot easier, and eventually I'm going to show you another tutorial on how Google will even grade your tests for you. So it's pretty cool. So what you need to do is you need to go into your Google Drive, and wherever you want the test created, that's the file that you need to go to. So I'm going to go into the file that I want to create this, and I'm going to click on Create and create a form. And what's going to come up here, it'll be untitled form. I'm just going to make this Google Forms tutorial. And you can pick basically any of these layouts that you want. There's quite a few of them, even a wedding cake, white poppies, whatever. I think I'm just going to go with something, as long as it cooperates with me, something a little bit more traditional. Books Classic sounds good to me. Click on OK. And first question, what you usually want to do is you usually want to have a couple of questions to identify who the students are. So you need to put in the question title as name, and for something like that you just want to make it text. It's a text question, and make that required and done. Now for the high school level, we have different class periods that the students are in, so I will add another item that is a text item that says class period. And this, I can actually make it choose from a list. So we'll have maybe first period, second period, seventh period, and eighth period. Make this also a required question and click on Done. So the students will put in their names, they will choose their class period, and from here you can basically create any type of question that you want. Now multiple choices are in here. The check boxes are kind of like a choose from, like all that apply type question. Choose from a list, which is what we just did with class period. There are lots of tutorials on here about what each of these types of questions are. So you can go through and basically put in a multiple choice question. And let's say, whoops, what is the best baseball team? And we'll make this multiple choice. We'll say Detroit Tigers, and we'll say the Chicago White Sox, Minnesota Twins, and the Cleveland Indians. Make this also a required question. Click on Done, and you can basically add any types that you want. You can just click on Add Item. It'll add another multiple choice question, as you can see here. But if you get to the point where you say, you know what, I don't really want a multiple choice question again, you can actually change the question type right here just by clicking on this little upside down arrow here. And let's say, for instance, we want a grid. So this will actually put in rows and columns, and I'll show you what that looks like. So let's say, for instance, it's like a sequence type thing. So let's create a grid question, and let's say it's a sequence of events. So put the following in the correct order. And we'll say, let's see, first, try to keep this simple. Second, third. And let's say U.S. declares war. We'll say Germany surrenders. We'll say Japan tax. I realize these shouldn't be capitals but right now, but that's just the way I'm typing it. Alright, so this is basically what the grid is going to look like. So Japan attacks the US, that would have happened first. Germany surrenders, that would have happened third. US declares war, that would have happened second. Now you can flip-flop the two. You can put these on the y-axis instead of the x-axis. It's totally up to you. So anyhow, at this point, I mean, I'm not going to get too far in depth in the tutorial this time. So basically right now you can come down here. You can edit this to say whatever you want. I mean, I just use "Thank you for your response. Grades will arrive shortly." And if it's a test, I would recommend that none of these three boxes are checked. So that way they cannot submit another response, they cannot see the results yet, and they cannot edit the responses after submitting. So from this point, you can click on Send Form, and here's the link to this test. So you can just Control-C to copy and paste it. You can submit it through Edmodo. You can, if you have your students set up in groups through your email, you can submit it through there. There's plenty of different ways that you can do it. So once you click on Done, this is what the live form is actually going to look like. So now in a later tutorial, I will actually show you how to have Google grade this for you. So it's very, very cool. It will cut down on the amount of time that you spend grading these things, and it will actually give you reports on what questions students miss the most. It will give you some graphs to go along with it, so pretty cool stuff. So I'm going to cut it off at this point, and another tutorial will be coming along shortly. So thank you guys for watching, and have a wonderful day, and we'll catch you the next time.